What's up, guys? I'm live and I don't have my light on. I'll go turn it on. First person in here, say what's up and let me know if you can hear me. I want to go ahead and talk for people that are going to watch this later. What's up, guys? Again, if you hear me, just say what's up and let me know if you can hear me, because I just haven't done this in a while. What's up? Hopefully you guys can hear me. Oh, I didn't move my gun case. Again, leave me a comment. Let me know if you can hear me before I start jabbering on. Yeah, you can hear. Okay, cool. I don't know for those of you who have seen the community post on my car. I'll just kind of give you an update instead of me making a big production about it. But for the people that'll be watching this later, for a lot of you that know, I sold my Hellcat and got the Audi A7. There was a part of me that wanted to buy like a brand new Kia or something like that, or a pre-owned Kia before, just for the warranty option. But I've always really liked the Audis. So yesterday, my Audi actually started. I left the house. Everything was fine. I pulled away from the stop sign. There was a little bit of hesitation off the stop sign. And I just kind of said, oh, well, maybe it wasn't warmed up or something like that. About 30 seconds later, it started misfiring. And, pretty bad. Like one cylinder was misfiring. I pulled over. I had a code scanner. So I scanned the codes. Cylinder 6 was misfiring. And there was 2 other codes. When I looked up those 2 other codes, it had something to do with a vacuum pump that controlled the EGR valve. It was a relatively common issue. I guess it was a TSB out there for it. Not a huge issue. A lot of people said, though, that the misfire was probably separate from those 2 codes. They said, you might want to just check your spark plug. Could just be a bad spark plug. I said, okay, no problem. It was a spark plug on a coil. Was like $30 from Advance just to try them out. So I went home, changed the spark plug and the coil, and everything was fine. I was like, great. It was just a spark plug. Keep in mind, I don't have a warranty on this car, so I'm kind of on my own with a used German car. And I know a lot of you guys are saying, I told you so right now, and I'm eating it right now. I get it. I went down the street to test drive it. Everything was fine for about a minute. Then about a minute into the test drive, the car just shut off. Just going down the road, not the electronics, engine, 0 RPM. And I said, oh, shit. So I pulled over and tried to start the car back up, and it would not start back up. It almost seemed like a dead battery. So trail riding. Yeah, I'd like to go trail riding with the fucking A7 right now. I'm about to get a helmet and find a tree. I got gap insurance. So went to start it back up. When I hit the start button, it just kind of turned over for a second, like rip and shut back off. Almost like if you had a bad battery, you just can't turn the starter over. And I'm thinking, what the hell? My engine just seized up or something. So I told my wife to come bring the jumper cables just to make sure when I was working on it, I didn't have the lights on or something. I had to leave it on for like about 10 minutes while I was scanning all the codes, because it takes about 10 minutes to do that. And the lights were on. I didn't think that would drain the battery that much. But anyway, jumper cables didn't work. Once the tow truck driver got there, he said, "Are you sure? It sounds like it's a battery. I got a jump box." They're gonna charge you the same amount. So I was like, okay, whatever. Put the jump box on it. And so I don't know why that just disconnected. Anyway, so when the jump box was hooked up, it started the car. So for like a quarter of a second, I was happy. But when the car started back up, let me tell you something. It sounded like monkeys had dumbbells and were doing cartwheels in there. It sounded terrible. It sounded like the engine was grenaded. I mean, metal on metal parts, all kinds of nasty shit. And I was like, my fucking stomach just imploded. So I shut the car off and kind of talked to the guy a little bit. And, just to see, if it was going to do it again, we started it back up. I wanted to listen to it a little bit more because the engine was running good. I know this sounds funny, but like if you're inside the car, the engine wasn't, like if rods were bent and cylinders were screwed up or whatever, it wasn't shaking or idling bad. It was actually idling fine. It was just making a ton of noise where the supercharger is on top of the engine. So I'm thinking maybe supercharger pulley. I don't know. Something belt came off or whatever. It was just terrible sounding, but the car was still running. So we get it on to the wrecker. We get it to where we're going. And then we take it off the wrecker. And when I started it up that time to ease it off the wrecker, the noise was like 95% gone. And by the time I got it off the wrecker and I idled it into the parking spot, the noise was basically gone completely. So I didn't know what the hell was going on at this point. All I know is all the things that started running through my mind when I was stuck at the side of the road at 10 o'clock at night, mosquitoes biting me, sweating, waiting on a tow truck driver is not what I want to do when now I'm trying to think, okay, well, I had appointments tomorrow I had to go to. I got to pick up my kids the next day. And now this guy can't even look at my car until Friday. It made me realize what the hell was I doing with a used German car with no warranty. So the guy's going to look at it. And, I brought a jump box back today just to see if sitting overnight would change anything, because I did spill some coolant on the belts when I was doing the spark plugs, because he had to move the reservoir a little bit. I didn't know if that made a belt slip or something, but anyway, I started it up today. It didn't have all the crazy noises. There's just a slight rubbing noise in there a little bit. That's just kind of ominous with the engine, like wah, 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 wah. It's barely, you can barely hear it. It's not metal on metal anymore. So I don't know what the f is going on. He's going to check it out for me. But honestly, at this point, I think I'm just going to, if I can fix it for a couple $100 or it's something small or whatever it is, just get out of it and trade it for something new. I just need something with a warranty. I can't go through this stuff. So I just wanted to update a couple of you guys who cared to watch the video. Yeah. And honestly, Highway Cruiser, I completely might be, in agreement with you there. I think that somebody might have had this car and knew it was a lemon or knew it had some issues. And that's why they kind of wanted to get rid of it, which is kind of what I'm going to do right now. I honestly, guys, I think I've worked a deal on a Kia Optima SX, like their top of the line. And they can basically, as long as the Audi runs when they get it, they've basically trade keys and have a brand new car with every option and every feature, even more than the Audi. It's got everything on it. I have a 100,000 mile powertrain warranty and a 5-year, 60,000 mile bumper to bumper. That's what I need right now to get me through the next, year or two, and until I can make some money, and then I'll just figure something out from there. But I just really need something that I don't have to worry about right now. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on right now in my life. It kind of sucks. But I laid my bed, I made the bed, so I'm going to lay in it. I take full responsibility for making that mistake. I should have never done that. But anyway, that's about it. Keep you guys updated through the community post. And if something happens this weekend, I'll make a video on it. Anyway, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys later.